Ndola is the third largest city in Zambia, with a population of 455,194. It is the industrial and commercial center of the Copperbelt, Zambia's copper mining region, and capital of Copperbelt Province. It is also the commercial capital city of Zambia and has one of the 3 international airports, others being Livingstone and Lusaka. It lies just 10 kilometers from the border with DR Congo. History. Ndola was founded in 1904 by John Edward Chiripilla Stevenson just 6 months after Livingstone, making it the second oldest colonial-era town of Zambia. It was started as a boma and trading post, which laid its foundations as an administrative and trading center today. The Rhodesia Railway's main line reached the town in 1907, providing passenger services as far south as Bulawayo, with connections to Cape Town. The line was extended into DR Congo and from there eventually linked to the Benguela Railway to the Atlantic port of Lobito. The Ndola railhead was responsible for the town becoming the country's center of distribution. Before the road network was built up in the 1930s, a track from Ndola to Kapalala on the Luapula River, and boat transport from there to the Chambeshi River was the principal trade route for the northern province, which consequently formed part of Ndola's hinterland. In 1961, Second Secretary-General of the United Nations Dag Hammarskjöld's plane crashed on the outskirts of Ndola. See Copperbelt Province for the history of the copper mining industry. Climate. Ndola has a moderate humid subtropical climate. Industry. Legacy. Once the largest industrial center of Zambia, boasting, among many high-powered sites, a Land Rover vehicle assembly plant, Dunlop tire manufacture, Johnson & Amp Johnson Industry. Ndola's economy shrunk significantly between 1980 and 2000. Many closed factories and plants lie unoccupied in the town. A number of former industries such as clothing and vehicle assembly have gone completely. At its height, Ndola was Zambia's host of production sites for such world-renowned blue-chip names as Colgate, Palmolive, Unilever, Dunlop, Land Rover, etc. Even though the term ghost town can no longer apply to it, Ndola is yet to regain its economic glory of pre-1980 days. Refining. There are no mines in Ndola itself, but the B1 open cast mine is only 10 kilometers southeast of the city center. Until the closure, copper and precious metals used to be brought from elsewhere in the copper belt for processing at the Ndola Copper Refinery and Precious Metals Refinery. Copper exports provide 70 to 80% of Zambia's export earnings, making the city very important to the country's economy. The Ndeni oil refinery in Ndola supplies the whole country with refined petroleum. It was repaired in 2001 after being severely damaged by fire in 1999. Commercial. Ndola is home to one of the country's national newspapers, The Times of Zambia, as well as its printer, Printpak. These run as one company called Times Printpak. Catholic Church-run printing press, Mission Press, is also located in Ndola. Mission Press operates as a commercial entity. The headquarters for the Zambia Postal Service Corporation and Workers' Compensation Control Board are located in Ndola. Zambia's ultra-modern stadium is in Ndola, which accommodates most Zambia international sports events. One mark of Ndola's commercial significance to Zambia is shown by the presence of the only major center of operation for the country's central bank, the Bank of Zambia, outside of the capital, Lusaka. Every major bank in Zambia has at least one branch in Ndola. The largest insurance group in Zambia, ZSIC, owns many commercial and residential properties in the city. Limestone. Ndola has huge limestone reserves which are believed to be among the most homogeneous of the kind in the world. Limestone has therefore become to Ndola's economy what copper is to the rest of the country, providing much of the wealth and employment. Between 1974 and 2009, Ndola supplied over 50% of Zambia's cement from a plant located some 5 kilometers southeast of the heart of the city. This plant was called Chilanga Cement Ndola Works. The parent company then was Chilanga Cement plc. Chilanga Cement ran 2 plants in Zambia, one built in 1949 and located at Chilanga and the other built in 1969 and located at Ndola. In 2008, the new holding company, Lafarge Cement Zambia, completed construction of a brand new plant at Chilanga which would produce about double the volume of Ndola Works. By mid-2009, the new plant was still gathering momentum toward full production capacity, leaving Ndola still a significant player in the region's cement industry. Nonetheless, the combination of huge limestone deposits and existing transport infrastructure passing through Ndola has kept the city a very attractive destination for investment into cement and closely allied activities. A second cement works is under construction in 2008. In June 2009, countrywide advertisements were published to finalize staffing for this new cement plant. Another important processing plant that is based on limestone in the area is Ndola Lime. It is Zambia's sole producer of lime. Ndola Lime is located near the 2 cement manufacturing facilities. It supplies the mining industry as well as farmers who require agricultural lime. Ndola Lime Company is wholly owned by ZCCM Investment Holdings, a parastatal holdings company via which Zambia's government maintains its active interest in the country's mining and closely related heavy industry. Cultural interactions. The 4 processing plants have mining rights on land located very close to the traditional chiefdom of Chiwala. Chief Chiwala is therefore a significant interested party to Ndola industry and economics. Electrical engineering. Egyptian company El Saudi Electric joined a consortium of local companies led by ZDSCO Limited, and established a transformer manufacturing plant and an electrical meter manufacturing plant in Zambia in 2008. Both these facilities are located about 5 kilometers south of Ndola city center. Transport. Ndola is on the Zambia Railways line with passenger and freight services running between Kitwe and Livingstone via Kabwe and Lusaka. Freight branch lines run to other Copperbelt towns and from Ndola to Lubumbashi in DR Congo via Sakanya. A dual carriageway links Ndola to Kitwe, the Copperbelt's second city, and other tarred highways linked to Mufulira and Lusaka. Ndola Airport has scheduled domestic services to Lusaka and an international service to Addis Ababa, Johannesburg and Nairobi. The oil pipeline from Dar es Salaam terminates at the Ndeni oil refinery in the town. These factors make Ndola the distribution center of the Copperbelt in northern Zambia. Sport and recreation. As with many towns on the Copperbelt, Ndola's sports and recreation life was heavily supported by the now disbundled mining conglomerate, Zambia Consolidated Copper Mines Limited. With the demise of ZCCM, many facilities deteriorated fast. Nevertheless, significant sports places are Ndola Tennis Club, Ndola Swimming Pool, the Kanini area. About 10 kilometers northwest of the city center, there is a motor racing track popular with weekend motorbike enthusiasts. The city has several recreational green parks which enjoy a very basic level of maintenance and are open to the public. Of particular significance is the Daghammarskjöld crash site memorial located some 10 kilometers north of Ndola city center. Daghammarskjöld Stadium, which was located on the banks of the Kafubu River south of the city and was raised in the 1980s to make way for an improved one, was never rebuilt on original site. Northwest of the city is an ultramodern stadium, the magnificent Livingstone Stadium with a seating capacity of 50,000. Ndola City is home to Zesco United, a top-flight team in the Zambia Premier League. Zesco FC is nicknamed Team Yaziko in the Nyanya language. Features of interest: national monuments, the slave tree Amukuyu slave tree, around which Arab slave traders held slave markets in the 19th century. It has fallen due to termites. Daghammarskjöld Memorial 10 kilometers along the Ndola-Kitwe Road commemorates the site where the then United Nations Secretary-General died in a plane crash on September 18, 1961 during the Congo crisis. Lake Chilengwa 14 kilometers east of Ndola at 12 degrees 58 S 28 degrees 45 E was formed by the collapse of rock into an underlying limestone cavern, and has local cultural significance. Other features: the Copperbelt Museum, with the collections of gems and minerals of the Copperbelt. Small reservoirs formed by dams on the Kafubu and Italu streams flowing through the southeast of the city are used for boating and recreation. Note: the thermal power station which dominates the skyline near the railway station and which was built to power the mines and refineries ceased operation in the 1960s when the Kariba Dam power station came online. Sister cities: Aldershot, England, United Kingdom; Blantyre, Malawi; Bentel, Liberia; Porto, Portugal; Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada; Makakala, Russia; Hauben, Heilongjiang, China; Lubumbashi, Democratic Republic of the Congo; Walvis Bay, Namibia.